Good morning and welcome to Cover 2 Cook. We are on episode 208 and we are recording on Thursday night. Friday we'll be dropping this episode. We have the Masters going on. So right now we have leaders, but there's still people golfing. We have NFL, another investigation towards them. Can they fend this one off? This one feels like there might be a little conspiracy theory to it. And then the final thing is there's more playoffs coming in the NBA. We'll talk about who we have winning it all. I will be honest with us three probably don't watch much NBA, so don't take it with a grain of salt. We got a lot to talk about though, so let's get it started.
Yeah, I was gonna do a vertical jump there. Thank you, Socks.
Travel been to Indiana, and did Cover 2 Cook get you a good hotel?
Indiana? No, I'm in Louisiana. I'm here for Mardi Gras.
I know that this might be hard, but I don't know how much you remember Friday night since we left you damn near when you fell asleep.
I got my belly full, man. I was like, I warm covers and warm. I was like, I could go to sleep right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jack Dorsey.
Final answer?
Yes. All right.
This is gonna be a long fucking day.
All right. Thank you for watching Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 208. We start with the Masters. If you sat at home because you felt a little sick today, like me, I had to watch the Masters. Now, day one, who's the leaders? The leaders are Sam Burns and Rory tied at -5. Now, we are recording as golfers are still out there. Scheffler's out there still. You got your Oberg or whatever the heck his name is.
Yeah. Speed's still out there. Thomas still out there. Rose is still out there.
Yeah, there's still a lot of golfers out there. So we will finish with who is still at the lead at the end of this recording. But how are our guys doing? My guy, Bryson DeChambeau, ended the first round +4. Not a great day for him. You can definitely see him frustrated out there. Timmy boy, Matt Fitzpatrick, do you think he has braces? He finished the first round +2. And then Lisa's guy, still out there right now, but at +1. He's in the middle of the pack for everyone right now. Day one is almost finished. What is your surprises from today? I'll start with you, Mr. Tim Cook.
Freddie Couples. He right now, I think the last time I seen him, he was at hole 14 and he was -2. So he is playing. He's playing like back in 1982. Where I think he's won one of these. So I'm surprised. That's my biggest surprise. Plus, he's using a neon green golf ball. Everybody uses white. Yeah. He's using green. Love it. Old style kind of deal. He's hanging around. I would be shocked if he doesn't make it past the cut.
Yeah, we'll see how he feels tomorrow. Because that's a lot of things with the older golfers is they can play one good day, but can they play 4 days in a row? Right. My surprise of the day is that a ball was hit today and ended up in a woman's bag. So she went to the gift shop, got stuff, the ball got hit, and it got hit in her bag. So they had to place where she was standing and things like that. Absolutely hilarious. What a souvenir, though. You go there and buy all these stuff, and then you end up with a golf ball of someone's in your bag. Would be absolutely great. Lisa, any surprises from day one?
You know, I was expecting a surprise, but it doesn't seem like it's going to come true. I thought Tiger was going to show up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think so. Honestly, I did see reports that people are like, he needs to focus and stop driving. That's kind of sad. But the other thing about the Masters as well is, did you guys see that a guy got kicked out from using his phone? And the Masters has a big, strong thing about you cannot have your phone on, certain places of Masters and things like that. Yeah. I don't think he won the Masters, but he's won a major. So he was there and he's an older guy, but it was like, yeah, there's rules. There's certain rules at this place and they wanted to be followed by that. So I'm not surprised you got kicked out because the Masters, there's great things, but there's a lot of old school when it comes to the Masters.
And the other thing too is McIlroy was even par after 7 holes, shot a -5 the next 10 holes.
Yeah,
he was on after the 8th hole. He was on, so that could be dangerous for everybody else in the field.
Yeah, I will say I've seen him do very good in the first two, rounds, and then kind of take off. So we'll see. I will say he didn't even hit a fairway until hole 9,
Right.
like off the driver. So if he
Right.
can get better, definitely for sure. But we're gonna play a little game real quick about the Masters, okay? We're gonna act like we're at the Masters, an all-day event, and we're gonna talk about how much money we're gonna spend at the event, okay? Not buying souvenirs, things like that, all food-based. So starting off, we're going to get there and have breakfast, okay? So we're going to be there a little early. I'm going to tell you the options you have for breakfast, and then I'll tell you your final price, okay? Starting us off for breakfast, you have an option of a coffee, okay? Now, you have an option of bottled water or soda. Just let me know if you want one of those. But coffee is served up until 10 a.m. You can have a chicken biscuit. You can have a breakfast sandwich. You can have a blueberry muffin or fresh mixed fruit. I'm going to start with Lisa. What are you ordering? We're at the line. What are you ordering?
I'm gonna go with coffee, and then
Okay.
obviously put in my creamer on the side. And then I'm not a big breakfast person, but I would say I'd want a blueberry muffin and some fruit.
All right. And right now, your total price is $7.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Tim Cook, what do you want for breakfast?
I'll do the breakfast sandwich and water. That'd be good enough right now.
All right, for you, that's $5. And I would probably do the same thing. I'd probably do a soda, though. I'm not a big coffee, so I'll do 5. So for our breakfast right there, it's $17, okay? Not bad.
No.
Now let's say a couple hours go by. We've done a little walking. We need a little snack before we get lunch, okay? Some of the snack ideas or options. You can get apple slices, chips, candy bar, a Master's candy bar, Southern cheese straws. I have no clue what those are. Cookies. You can get a Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, or you can get a Georgia peach ice cream sandwich. I'll start with you, Mr. Tim Cook. What is what you want for snack?
I'll do the Georgia caramel popcorn. That sounds really good.
You probably want another drink, right?
Yeah, another water. Another water.
All right. So
All right. Well, can we back up? What time are we talking midday snack here?
This is 10 o'clock.
Well, is the bar open yet?
Hold on. Beer is going to get the end. We'll do beer at the end.
Okay, then I'll do water again if it ain't open yet.
All right. So that's $4 right there for you.
Wow.
Lisa, what would you like for a snack?
Well, I'm gonna try some of that popcorn, but I want to try the peach sandwich, the ice cream sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I'll do a water.
All right. So that's $5 for you. I'm actually going to probably do the same thing, except for I'm going to throw in some apple slices, right? Apple slices when we're walking around. That's $6.50 for me right there. Okay. So that is $15.15 for a snack. Okay. Now we move on to lunch. Okay. We'll do beer at the end. So at lunchtime, you have the option of sandwiches. Remember, there's chips back there as well. Okay. Sandwiches they have is egg salad, pimento cheese, pulled barbecue pork, savory tomato pie. Not sure what that is. A Master's Club, chicken salad on honey wheat, ham and cheese on rye, and a classic chicken sandwich. I'll start with you, Lisa. What do you have for lunch?
I'm gonna want a pulled pork. That sounds really good. I also think the chicken sandwich sounds good, but maybe I'll come back for that. But I'll start with the pulled pork, chips, and soda.
All right. So we have $3 for the pulled pork, $1.50 for the chips, and then you said a soda $2. So what's that? $6.50? I think so, right?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Tim Cook, what do you got right here? What do you have for lunch?
I'm gonna do the same thing. I do the pulled pork and chips and drink.
All right. So it looks like we'll just do that all across the board. $6.50. I would actually probably switch it to a chicken sandwich just so we can get a little bite of each, but still $3. So $6.50 right there times 3 is $19.50. All right. So let's add that up. We ate breakfast, we ate snacks, and we ate lunch. We haven't talked beer yet. $19.50 plus $15.50 plus $17. We all ate a breakfast, a snack, and lunch for $52.
Not bad.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You cannot go to, and remember, this is a sporting event, okay? So you can get $52 just for straight up chips and, dip for that, okay? Now let's have the fun because it feels like everything's cheap. Mr. Tim Cook, if you were there from, 8 o'clock in the morning till it's still, 5 o'clock now? So 6 o'clock, how many beers do you think you're drinking? 10?
Let's go with 6. I mean, the night's still young. I mean, I actually, if it was my first time, I kind of want to remember the situation. Remember this. So let's go with just 6. Let's go low and see what happens.
All right. Well,
I want to remember these things.
Well, if you do 6 beers, that is $36, as a beer is $6 there.
That's not bad.
So for total, it would be.
Hold on. Do you got seltzers? Do you got anything for me on there?
Well, you got wine, white wine, import beer, domestic beer, Crow's Nest Ale. That's it. That's all they have is the option I see.
Okay, I guess I'll be drinking probably domestic then.
Yeah. So what are you having? You having a couple?
Yeah.
All right. So there's $12 more. Jesus Christ, getting out of here.
The only thing I'm getting is wild.
All right. Totaling less than $100 for the day.
That's pretty good.
And that's drinking and things like that. So real quick, I'm going to run through the prices of what these were. The coffee was $2. A chicken and biscuit was $3. The breakfast sandwich, $3. The blueberry muffin and fresh mixed fruit were $2.50 each. Sandwiches, egg salad sandwich, $1.50. Pimento cheese, $1.50. Barbecue pulled pork, the tomato pie, the Master's Club, the honey wheat, or chicken salad on honey wheat, ham and cheese, and classic chicken, all $3. Okay. Beverages, all sodas and waters are $2. Iced tea is $2, which I'm feeling if I'm Georgia, I might get an iced tea as well.
Arnold Palmer.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you have all of the beer and wine are $6 each. Snacks, apple slices are $1.50, chips are $1.50, a candy bar $2.25, cheese straws $2.50, cookies $2, the popcorn only $2, and then the ice cream sandwich $3. I bring this up because you go to sporting events and you almost pay an arm and leg just to eat there. You have to eat before you go there. This might be one of the only places where it's cheaper to eat there than it is to eat before you go there, or even hit a gas station. Candy bars now are more than $2.25. Yeah. Like it's crazy. Even a water or a soda, if you go to a gas station, it's gonna be more than $2. I was a little surprised by $6 beers. I thought it would be closer to like $7, $8 a beer. But even that, I mean, what are you paying at a Cubs game? What are you paying? I've never been to an NFL game, but Notre Dame, you're paying high prices. Well, technically, you're not paying any beer prices at Notre Dame because they don't sell beer. Yeah. But still, this is crazy. But we ended up going there. Now, that's not counting tickets because I don't know how much ticket prices are. And I've heard hotels are crazy expensive. Yeah. But the event being there, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah. I guess, hearing those prices, it makes me wonder, how big are these sandwiches? Am I getting a mini? Or am I getting an actual serving size? But then, hearing everything else you're saying, it's no, it's probably a full sandwich just at a really good price.
Yeah, it is. So people have obviously taken pictures, and it's a full sandwich. Their thing is about keeping tradition. So if one thing about the Masters is it's all about tradition. Certain things no cell phones, right? I love that about the Masters. But if you're going to ask everyone to be traditional, then keep the prices traditional. And that's what they've done. And I think a lot of people go because also remember, it's a golf tournament. So you're walking with these people. It's not high flying. It's not basketball, baseball, football. So there's a lot of downtime. Well, let's get it with the money of the food. Instead of charging $8 for a sandwich, we'll charge them $3. And I bet they come back for 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And they end up spending $9. So it sounds like an eating event more than anything because you can go there and put some damage without spending that much money.
Right.
All right. Well, that's all I have for the Masters. Obviously, that'll finish up before we record next. Hopefully one of our guys win. I will say I did feel like with Rose, I said him before, and he's doing pretty well today. But we got to move over to the NFL because there's another investigation into the NFL. It seems like every year we kind of get into this moment. The Department of Justice, because like that, not that they have any, they're so busy and stuff like that. They got all this time on their hands, has opened an investigation in the NFL. Whether the NFL is using anti-competitive tactics that harm the consumer, us, the fans, right? We don't have much information on what started this or the scope of the investigation because the NFL and the DOJ declined to comment, which kind of saw that one coming. But why I think this is interesting is Pro Football Talk brought up a little interesting thought. Last week, the Wall Street Journal published openly questions whether the NFL is still deserves the antitrust exemption. Okay. Now, those are some big words. I don't know what all that means. So let's go into what that is. If the antitrust exemption was taken away, the teams would be able to sell TV rights instead of the NFL. Okay. Now, what would that mean? Well, the salary cap explodes overnight, right? Because now everyone's fair games. It takes away from your traditional Sundays of you don't know when they're playing because, again, when NFL does that or if teams do that, they determine what time they play, things like that. So you might have 7 games playing at Sunday night instead of Sunday afternoon now. But the biggest problem with this is it puts a fracture in the NFL. That shield takes a hell of a hit if this would happen. Now, my personal opinion is this is mostly a power move by Fox, CBS, and ESPN, as all of their deals have become they're just, it's the galaxy-wise of how huge these things are. Billions, no longer millions, billions of dollars. And the NFL has to have something in their back pocket that's making these other TV services nervous. Well, we've seen them obviously go to Amazon. You've seen them flirt with Netflix. You're seeing them flirt with these streaming services. I think these are the power 3 saying, hey, back it back down. You're going to stay with us on these. What do you think about hearing about this, Mr. Tim Cook?
Yeah, it could be the Wild Wild West if this happens. I mean, like you're just saying, any team could do whatever they want, and they have the networks have nothing over it. And you're going to see more and more. I don't know, and we've talked about this before. I don't know in my lifetime, but I think in yours, you're going to see Amazon or you're going to see Netflix have a Super Bowl. I'm just saying that right now. There's too much money involved with this. And this will help Amazon and Netflix and Peacock and whoever's got these streaming services. And it'll open up a can of worms that I don't think that's the bad deal is that CBS, Fox, and ESPN, be careful. Because you can't compete with these other groups. I'm sorry, you can't. Amazon's got way too much more money than CBS, Fox, or any of them. So they have got to really want what is going on right now. I see what they're saying also too. We need to control the prices too because it's getting way out of hand, and they can't compete with the billions of the billions of dollars in contracts. But you know who can? Amazon and Netflix and Peacock. They can compete with them. At least Amazon and Netflix, yes, definitely can. I don't know as much about Peacock. But those two, they've got so much money rolling in with other, they could just move that money to another deal, with especially Netflix and Amazon. They've got billions of dollars. So I don't know. I like the way it is because I'm an old style kind of person. I don't want to be flipping through 90 or different streaming services to try to find my game. I wanted to be normal CBS, Fox, ESPN. That's it. Because if I don't like the game, I don't have to. Now I got to get out of it. Put the input back in. Blah, 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 blah. I could just channel surf. So.
Yeah, and I will say that right now the biggest question is what's better for the customer? And the customer is us, the fan, right? And I agree with you. I, as a person that even does have all the streaming services.
I do too.
Because like HBO Max might be in this talk now because we've seen now more with hockey and more with NCAA because of the partnership with TNT and TBS, right? You can see this coming but CBS has Paramount, okay? Peacock is
NBC.
NBC. Like everyone has their own. ESPN has ESPN Plus. The problem though is on a Sunday, I shouldn't have to turn to 4 different things. And if you do, you know what just makes that even better now? The red zone. Because then I get all the games that I really need just for that little bit, which makes that price even more higher. It's what makes me nervous is I don't want to be like baseball, where like you got to get the marquee network to watch the Cubs play.
Nope, you read my mind.
Even if it's on ESPN,
Yeah.
I can't watch it because it's blacked out. Or the Blackhawks, No, I want to be able to watch it on one spot. Lisa, I'll let you take over. I know you said I took your mind.
No, you read my mind because I was like, didn't baseball do that exactly? Like the Cubs, you can only watch on the marquee. Like, you know, if you take it to the teams, that's exactly what's going to happen. And then on the flip side, if it goes all streaming services, then those services are going to be more expensive. It's already expensive watching, all the streaming services and then Sling so that you can get the proper package and get Red Zone and get NFL Network and like all these like individual pluses. Like if you're worried about the consumer, bring the price down, put it all in one area. Like having it be in 5 different places is not convenient. That's not helping the consumer. That's just being selfish and raking in the money.
Yeah.
Well, also too, I forgot YouTube TV.
Yeah.
They already got the Sunday NFL ticket. They want games as well. On top of that, now you've got another streaming service.
Another one, yeah.
And possible Apple TV, Apple Plus.
Well, and Apple already has the halftime show. So I wouldn't be surprised, like you said before, that one of these services takes over a halftime. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Apple. They already got their hands in it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and you see that this is already coming where there's too many games on a Sunday where nobody's got their hands in it unless you got YouTube TV. So I can see where there's better options. So if Fox wants to make more dominant, they have their own app. I think it's called Fox Plus or some crap like that.
Fox Sports 1, isn't it? Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, and I don't know. But like, okay, so show all of the Fox games no matter where I live. So like, let me go stream the Vikings playing, even though the Bears and Packers are playing, because that would have been on Fox if I lived in Minnesota. Or play all these games. That's the way you get the upper hand on it. Make it so it's more accessible for me to watch my team without having to get the ticket. But yeah, I will say, I don't even know if anything will come out of it because it always seems like anytime there's an investigation on the NFL, nothing comes from it. Because the NFL is the mafia. They will make sure everything goes away. That's why Roger Goodell is always going to have his job. There's always why there will be a commissioner. Is because that person is holding the shield. And the person that breaks that shield, if it's Roger Goodell in a situation like this, will always be remembered as the person that broke it. So don't break it. But yeah, this is more to come, I guess. I also think DOJ is the softest thing outside of a baby's bottom in this world.
Right.
So, and they just, like the priorities in this world is absolutely crazy. That we're going after entertainment, sports, when we have all this crisis in this world. Yeah, that's what we need to focus on.
Yep.
All right, moving on to a different sport. There's playoffs coming from the NBA. The NBA's regular season wraps up this weekend, and the play-in tournament starts on Tuesday. It's not play-in tournament. It's like, right, it's a play-in game.
It's play-in tournament because I think if a certain team wins, they have to play again just to get the certain seed.
Yeah.
Because it's like 7-10 play and 8-9 play, and I think if the 10 wins, they got to play somebody else to even get into the 8th seed. I don't understand it, but
yeah, because you can lose but still play again.
Yeah.
No sport that has any credibility allows that. Okay, and that's why it's the NBA. But I want to go around the table and see who do we have winning it. Now, I'm gonna say this: I've watched zero NBA games this year. I could give 2 shits who wins it. But we are a sports podcast, so we should probably give our... So I'm going to start with Mr. Tim Cook because I think he's probably got the most. Who do you think wins it this year?
Can I say who's going to be in the finals and wins it?
You can do all that. I don't even...
Okay. I want to say the Boston Celtics in the East, and I think the San Antonio Spurs in the West. I think the Celtics win it all. I
Wow.
think with Jason Tatum back, and he's now in rare form. He's playing good basketball right now. They brought him back in just in the nick of time. I think the Celtics win it all.
Wow. All right. Lisa, who do you got winning? Or do you want me to go first?
I mean, no, I know some NBA teams. I have no idea how they're doing, but the first team that came to my mind was Miami Heat.
Nope. I don't think they're making it to the playoffs.
I think they're playing the playing game. I
There
think
you
they'll
go.
do,
There
yes,
you
I
go.
think they'll do the playing game.
All right. You're picking Miami Heat. They might not even make it to the playoffs, but that's what Lisa's going with. I like the Detroit Pistons.
Ooh.
I like seeing them. Cade Cunningham's supposed to come back as well. I only saw that because I was reading Yahoo today. I just like the old Pistons. I would hope that they could do well on the West. I'm going OKC. I'm tired of hearing about social media about Shane Gillis being able to like flop on everything. I think that's how the NBA is now. I'm saying OKC. I'll take OKC to win it all. Didn't they win it last year?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's who you go with. You go with the people that are defending it. That's what I'm going to go with in this one.
The only thing pushback is Cade Cunningham. He's been out because of that arrhythmic heart. Is he going to be in play? I mean, is he going to be in game shape? I don't know. I think they'll have a good, easy first round. The only thing that scares me about San Antonio is that Wembanyama's got a rib injury. So who knows how healthy he's going to be? But I'll still take San Antonio in the finals. I think they've got an overall talent.
Well, we're going to designate you, Mr. Tim Cook, to be our
Okay.
NBA correspondent. Once
All right.
the playoff starts, we'll give you 5 minutes. That's all I'm giving you to talk about the NBA. So if a lot of games happen, you better be quick on it because that's about as much attention I can give to the NBA. The NHL will be coming up as well. I will take that over as the correspondent for that. But once there's still games going on. We were watching a game last night. Predators. No. Buffalo. Yep. See right there. So what's up?
Buffalo's first time they're going to be making the playoffs in 11 years.
Okay.
So somebody to watch.
Well, I know that Detroit Red Wings have shit the bed, which that is absolutely comical. But we have one final thing we got to talk about before we get out of here today. And unfortunately, we're not a podcast that makes fun of anyone, okay? Start with that right off the bat. We don't make fun of anyone because we can definitely get made fun of on our side. But there was a full moon sighting a couple nights ago with the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Cubs. Was I watching the game? No, because it was probably on the marquee and I'm not paying for that. But if you didn't see the video that went super viral, ball was hit in foul ball territory, and this older gentleman, a little heavier set, decided he's going to try to catch it. Well, the ball hit the ground. He went to go grab it, and his pants were by his ankles. So, ass out, booty hole showing, everything, okay? Hey, we're not fun of no laughing, okay? No laughing.
Sorry.
But my question into this whole situation is, what the hell's going on, man? Like, how can our pants get that low? I don't care a little crack showing. I get a little crack showing every once in a while too, okay? But how did the pants get to the ankles by the time you touched the ground? Did you see this video, Mr. Tim Cook?
I did. And like you said, he was scrambling for the ball. You're at a Tampa Bay Rays game. You know there ain't a whole lot of people there. So why you're a grown-ass man, it's a souvenir ball. If you want a ball, just go to the souvenir shop and buy a ball.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean, don't worry. You didn't have to run that fast to go get the ball. If there's 10,000 people there, you're damn lucky if there's 10,000 people there because nobody goes to a Florida game, let alone a Tampa Bay Rays game. So what are you doing? I mean, unless you're trying to show off the hops and, try to get down the line and it's not a good look, my friend. Not a good look.
I think he was trying to show something off, but it wasn't that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh, but
yeah, we're not making fun of anyone. But
no.
I need to know whether his pants were, like already at his ankles. Like, you can't tell me that he just got up and they fell. Like, no, they were already beneath him. Like, get out of here. No way.
It makes me question, like, how did nobody notice that, I mean, he had to walk into this ball diamond, right? He had to go downstairs to get to his spot. And he got up and his ass was out. Like, so you're telling me his ass wasn't out the entire time he's walking?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so he was his ass was just sitting on the chair. Like, there was no clothing.
Absolutely. I will say, if you haven't seen the video, go look it up. Absolutely hilarious. But we are not a podcast that's going to make fun of anyone. I will say this, though. The funniest part about the whole situation, though, was the announcers. Because, they're like, that's a foul ball. Oh, my God. They just stopped what they were doing. Couldn't say.
Was that John Sciambi that was calling the game on marquee or what?
I have no clue. All I saw was the video of they were like, I hope everyone's okay. Like, the fact that it seemed like it was a tragic event that had happened, which it was. This man's butt was out. All right, before we jump off the podcast, let's see how the leaderboard is doing. Let me give a refresh. All right, so it looks like Sam Burns and Rory at the top. Justin Rose is still at -3, so he's in distance at going through 14. Scheffler is -2 at 13, and Woodland at -2 at 13. Otherwise, a lot of other people are finished. Let me see where your George Spieth is at -1. Keep an eye out for that one. Yeah, I'm scrolling, Lisa. It's not looking good here. Oh, he's +2 now, so he's in the 40s. So,
well, this guy that's going to hit a shot, McIntyre. He looks like he just came from Grandpa's wardrobe because he's got this checkered shirt on and half in, half out, and I don't know. He's +3. He's at +3. So,
yeah, I will say our amateurs are not looking good.
No,
not many amateurs did well.
How many?
Well, we won't know until Saturday morning or Friday night.
Oh.
Right.
So that's when the cut is. But they didn't do hot today. I'm looking right now, and unless this is not giving me that they're amateur status, there's not many that did very well.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one from the Asian Pacific that he was like, I think +3 or +4 when I was watching, but that was earlier in the day. So
yeah, I watched the first group go out for the group feature, and it was Bryson DeChambeau in their group, and then there was a group after that where it's an amateur with a bunch of other good players.
Right.
And his first tee off just straight left. And I was like, that would be mine too. The amount of pressure at 18 years old, I'm hitting someone. I'm straight up hitting someone. I do want to give one final question, though. How many strokes do you think you would need on 18th hole to win it? Like, how many do you need? How many do you need to be winning by to still win the Masters on the 18th hole?
Probably 10.
Lisa, you say 4?
I'm a pro.
Bro. I was gonna say around I was gonna say around 7 to 8 strokes. Because you got to think, they're hitting the ball farther than you, they're putting better than you, and if you get in any type of danger, you're screwed.
Yep.
Because, Lisa, they don't just kick the ball when it's behind a tree. You got to hit it.
No, you can add a 1.
They don't throw a ball out of the cart.
Put a 1 in front of it. That's probably more accurate.
Oh, you know what your problem is? You got to walk it. You don't get to run around on the golf cart messing around.
Right.
You got that thing. So, all right. Well, this is episode 208. We talked about the Masters, NFL. We talked about the NBA playoffs coming, and then we talked about a full moon that happened. Great that everyone's safe from it. But that is our episode. If you like what we do, follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Have a great start to your weekend, and we will talk to you later. Super.